Hi there, Teresa McGallicher from the Miracles Tribe, coming on today to talk to you about your mind and the groove that it got stuck in. I want to express that your mind has a default mode, and that default mode is always negative. The ego conditioning that we have received growing up in this world trains us to always look towards the negative, to see what might go wrong, what has gone wrong, what is going wrong, and to find fault with everything. And that makes for a very unpleasant living experience here. And this is why a spiritual practice is so valuable, because a spiritual practice trains you to look for the positive, to look at the truth, to see the beauty in things instead of the fault with things and people and experiences. And once we get to the place where we always see the positive, life becomes a really magical and wonderful experience. But it doesn't happen by default. It's not going to fall in your lap. This kind of untraining of our human conditioning takes practice, and it takes a commitment, and it takes some effort. But you deserve it. You are so worthy. You are a holy child of God, and you deserve to have a happy, pleasant, joyful life. And I'm telling you how to do it. You've got to make a commitment to spend a little time each day focusing on the positive and recording evidence. So this is a practice that will work in any aspect of your life, not just spirituality. It will work in relationships. It will work with money. It will work with health. It doesn't matter what the subject matter is. And I'm going to give you a couple of examples. So with relationships, particularly parenting, when you look for all the things that your child does wrong and you constantly correct them and you constantly judge them and find fault with them and focus on how they failed, you will end up with a lot of conflict in your relationship, and that child will grow up feeling like they are less than, lacking, insufficient, and never enough, and maybe a failure. But with positive parenting, you look for the things that your child is doing well, the things that they're doing good, the things that are wonderful about them, and you compliment them on those things. We are kind of conditioned by society not to do this, not to focus on the good things, because we think it's going to spoil the child. But actually, this is building self-esteem, and this is building up a relationship between you and your child that will be solid and that will serve you well. So focus on the positive, make an effort to find the positive things that your kid is doing every day and let them know about it. And then when it comes to health, it's the exact same thing. If every single time you get an ache or a pain and you get on WebMD and you start looking up your symptoms, next thing you know, you're going to think you have cancer every single day. But when you focus on all of the parts of your body that are working well and that are doing their job and that are supporting you, that you haven't given maybe appreciation and gratitude towards, you will start to feel better. You will start to feel more energy and healthier and happier. And then before you know it, the little twinge or pain or whatever that was bothering you, you will have forgotten all about it. So that's relationships and that's health. And then when it comes to finances, you can practice this. Keep a journal of evidence of your abundance and your prosperity. Every time you find a coin on the street, write it down. Every time you get a coupon in the mail, write it down. Every time you get a discount at the store, write it down. Make a note of it. Every time someone gives you a gift or a compliment or an unexpected check comes in the mail, make a note of it. Because the human mind always goes to the negative default and will focus on the debt, will focus on how there's more month at the end of the paycheck than paycheck at the end of the month, or how there is some expense coming up that you didn't expect and that you don't want to pay for. And that mindset, that kind of thinking will keep you looping in debt, keep you looping in financial struggle. And you'll find that when you turn your attention and your focus to the positive and you start noticing all the things that you can afford and all the things that you have been able to pay for and all of the ways that you are blessed financially, you will start to see more of that because what you focus on grows. So In order to get out of this trench that we are in of negative thinking, you've got to practice. It's just like building a muscle at the gym. You've got to practice focusing on the positive, looking for the positive, and seeing the positive in everyday life. It may seem like a lot of work in the beginning because we are conditioned to naturally go to the negative, and that is the easy, lazy way to go through life. But it's not a fun way to go through life. You'll find a lot of misery on that path. So turn your path around, focus on the positive, look for all the good things, and then you'll start to see that the good things increase more and more. I hope this has been helpful to you. Feel free to drop me a comment or a question down below, and I will see you next time. Have a great day.